Hey, beautiful people. I hope you all are, in fact, magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored. Let me tell you something. This last year, so remember I kept telling y'all that 2024 was over? I said 2024 is over. Oh, truth be told, I lied. I lied. I lied so bad. It's just ungoodly bad how bad I lied. Amen.
I am a queen from beginning to end. I don't need you to lose for me to win. I am that fire, that magic, that bold, that command your soul within. I got money from checks I cash. I got talent. This shit gon' last. I be granted wishes, dear sons and daughters. Tell y'all go hush now, like blue ivy garden. I'm the thing to tell yourself. I'm good for your health. I'm good for your wealth. I'm the thing to tell yourself. I'm your mama. I'm your sister. I'm your auntie. I'm your daughter. I am beauty. Show no ugly. Follow me. I'll take you back. I am the light in the nighttime, giving you life. Yes, I ride for my bloodline.
But that's all right. Just because it gets ungoodly bad does not mean that it cannot get easier and better. I'm just saying. You know who makes everything easier and better for me? Jermaine.
Oh, I wish I did have that kind of power to make everything easier and better. I
Just,
wish I
just
could,
wave your magic wand.
just
Um,
let it be done.
I have to just ask you because this is very important to me. Do you like my outfit?
I mean, I love your mumu,
I got this from my grandma,
grandma. Okay.
Mama, and my grandmother used to make these. Right, she used to make. We call them Mama's mumus.
Hmm.
um, when she passed away, a lot of people, when people pass away, they, get sad and everybody cries and everybody's like, laid out, just, yeah, acting a fool. We had a, we had a parade for my grandmother wearing her muumuus
Oh, nice.
because my grandmother was fabulous and all that, and at least 10 bags of chips, at least,
At
um,
least, at least
at
10.
least, at least
Mm-hmm.
10. And we everybody wore their own muumuu because everybody just raided her closet, took the muumuu they wanted, and she had everybody's size. That's the part that was just so everybody.
She said she was every woman.
It was literally every woman. But we had a straight up fabulous ass um, fashion show, and it was magical to see that, like, the life that she lived. She lived a very hard life, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But a good life at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there, you look at people's lives, and you're like, wow, like I wish I had her strength,
Mm-hmm.
right, to deal with the things that she dealt with. But at the same time, it's like, I wish I could cook like her. I wish I could just just be as fabulous as this woman was. She had it hard, but she made everything look so easy and effortless,
Right.
right? Um, which is, I look at it from a standpoint of, every time that the negative things happen, it gets easier. You're going to be able to get through it, whatever it is that you're going through. Life finds a way to come around. If you have the hardest life of, hardest time, one day everything, all the clouds just go away and everything is just magical again.
Right. And then one thing I think about, okay, you say I wish I had her strength, but you have to understand our ancestors, they passed their strength on to us. Like, and there's
Mhm.
struggles and things that we encounter that our ancestors would be like, oh my God, how do you deal with this? And it's to us, it's everyday life. But that strength is passed down to us from our ancestors. Absolutely. So yeah, you have her strength. She gave it to you. It's in your DNA.
Well, I got loyalty and royalty
In
in
my
my
DNA.
DNA.
Absolutely.
But
Look, I did something for me. I wanted to say I did something for me
what'd you do?
this weekend because I am a Kendrick fan. And I bought me some tickets to go see Kendrick in Vegas.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna treat my son. We're gonna go see Kendrick in Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that.
So I did. Yeah, that's something good I did for me.
Okay.
And you know what? Because in life, you got to reward yourself,
You
because
do.
if you don't reward yourself, you know what are you living for? And then you can't see the fruit of your labor. Like
Yeah.
you definitely got to reward yourself. It's like you said, life gets easier, or it gets easier. I said it with a question mark. It gets easier.
It does. I feel like I know. So I'm just gonna put my business out there real quick. Like my mom's back in the hospital.
Mm.
So that is a hard thing, a hard pill for me to swallow because I'm not right next to her. Excuse me. At the same time, my father-in-law has been in and out of the hospital. That's been another hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean? But I know that with both of them, just to see how they've been able to get through so much, you know what I mean? I feel like just watching their struggle and their journey through everything, I'm watching them get through it. I'm watching it get a little bit
Right.
easier for them every day.
Right.
And so I'm like, you know what? Even though sometimes it seems like it's never going to end, it does. You know what I mean? Like it. Not only does it end, it ends with uh, um, it ends with sunlight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, like even looking outside my window, it was hailing this morning.
Oh.
Like, right, it was hailing. What the hell? Who does
In
that?
beautiful Augusta.
And down to the beautiful Augusta. And if you look outside, you can't even tell. You know what I mean? You can't
Right.
tell that it was hail.
Right.
Just a few minutes
Like
ago.
hell was outside. And that's
The
how
hell was
life
outside.
kind of does. It's like, okay, right now I feel like I'm in hell, but then you turn a corner, or
There's good.
you endure, or we learn different ways to cope and handle things, and it's like, I'm back in the sunshine. You
I
know,
was gonna. When you said that, like turning the corner, it made me think about Baltimore. Because you know how sometimes you be driving down the streets of Baltimore, and you're like, oh, I'm in hell.
girl, yes.
And then you turn the street and you're like, oh, look at how magical it is.
Right. Yeah. I lived in Baltimore for 18 months trying to figure out if I wanted to buy property there. And I decided it wasn't really for me. But I will never forget riding through a neighborhood. I was with a realtor going through a neighborhood, and he was like, "Let me go down here. I want to show you something. I want to show you the wire." And in my mind, I was like, "Why do I want to see the wire?" I was like,
But
"Please get me out of here."
no, I'm gonna say this though. I'm sorry because I don't want to put Baltimore out there in a negative way. Baltimore is beautiful.
It is, and I loved where I lived.
Yeah, but
Right by
that's
the
what I'm saying.
harbor.
Like,
I
there's
loved
so
it.
many places that you're like, oh my gosh, this is so
Yeah,
beautiful.
I
And then
lived in
you go
Federal
down other
Hill up
streets.
by the harbor. I loved it.
Yeah, Baltimore is there's certain areas that are so magically beautiful, and there's some that are not. Y'all, real quick, I put in the chat um if you want to actually join us on today. If you want to join us, you can actually click on the link on the side. So if anybody is interested, join. If you want to talk about how life gets easier, how it gets easier, whatever it is. But sometimes when things are horrible and you just can't see, you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, know that there's a light there.
Right.
It's just sometimes it's like, where is the light?
Right.
It's there. You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
There was a picture. I always see this picture whenever I'm looking for some type of motivation, and it's a guy digging for gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's digging for gold, and he's like this far away, and he's like, I guess there's no gold.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else goes in the same hole and magically finds gold.
Right.
If you would have just kept going just a little bit longer, you would have
Right.
found the light at the end of the tunnel. You would have found the gold at the end of the
Right.
rainbow. You would have found whatever it was that you're looking for.
Right.
And
stick with it. Yeah.
yeah, just stick with it and stop. And this is funny. So any of you all who know the reason why I even wanted to do this show, the motivational rise and grind, is because I used to have these walks. And I know, Jermaine, I know you were just like, girl, if you don't stop walking and talking about whatever, um, I would have these motivational moments with myself, and that was the only way I was able to get through it. And I realized, like, sometimes whenever things are hard, sometimes you have to go through. I mean, you have to get through it the way that you can get through it.
Right.
You know
And
what
the
I
thing
mean?
is to keep going through. Like you don't get
True.
stuck in it. You're going through it.
Yeah. You don't go over, because
Right.
whenever people get over it, you're gonna be cursed and do it all over again. But
Yeah,
getting
go through
through,
it.
you
Yeah.
got to get through. So, um, but no, I, for you, just in general, what has been your get through moment?
Get through moment. I don't know that that's your questions always throw me a loop.
Okay, well, what's been your it gets easier moment?
So with me, I feel like in life, I have just learned just how to deal with adversity different, how to
Hmm.
not let situations always just throw me out of whack. It's like, okay, I recognize things like, okay, I feel like my anxiety is rising because of this particular situation. And then just start putting coping, using my coping tools. Like, and for me, my outlet a lot of times is like, okay, when I go work out, when I'm doing my cardio, that's my time where I process things in my brain. That's when I think about, okay, is this worth me losing sleep over? Do I need to have a discussion with somebody about this? Do I just let it go? And I think as we go through life, things don't necessarily get easier,
Hmm.
but we do learn how to cope with them better. We learn how to deal with the things that come left field better because we've been through it before.
Hmm.
You're like, you know what, this is kind of familiar to me. So this time, instead of getting hit in the face by the ball, I know how to duck a little bit. So I can
Combine.
deal with that adversity. And so like I said, and then just you have to do some healing sometimes. Like things, they don't always get easier, but we do learn how to manage them and soften the blow sometimes.
So pretty much what I'm understanding is it doesn't get easier. It just, because the blow is softened, you're able to get through it better.
Right. And you get better. You get
Okay.
stronger.
Okay.
You get stronger, you get better, you learn, how to cope with situations. You heal.
Hmm.
Um, like so we're on the eve, I'll tell you, we're on the eve of my brother's birthday. And he passed away, several years ago. And this day, what used to be so sad to me, like I would just be, oh, I'll be so glad when this day is over. But I miss my brother, deeply, but it doesn't have the same sting,
Hmm.
and that's with my whole family. Like this day, we used to just be, I would want to be and leave me alone. I'm going to go under the covers for the day and I'm going to mourn my brother. But what good was that doing
Right.
anybody? It wasn't doing me any good to sit there and be depressed all day mourning his death. As far as I'm concerned, he's in heaven with the aunts and uncles having a good time playing his bass. And he's like, what you down there crying about it for? Like, go on with your life and have a good time. So, but it takes time. It takes time to learn how to deal with that and how to cope and how to realize like, yeah, this was a bad thing, but I don't have to necessarily keep walking in darkness.
With for a lot, it's your girl. What a lot of people don't understand. That's so funny.
And
What a lot of
Cece,
people don't understand, just in general, is what happened when it comes to your brother. Would you like to share, or
oh, I have no problem. Yeah.
I
So
mean, I
my
just feel like
brother,
it can help somebody else.
yeah, absolutely. Because when he passed away, I shared his story, and I had a classmate. So my brother was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and he was supposed to sleep with his CPAP machine, and he wasn't using it the way that he should have. And one morning, he just did not wake up. He died in his sleep. Um, and so when he passed away, he was I think he was 38. I can't remember like how old he was, but Yeah, so he passed away, and it's sad because he had just finished his master's degree. He was a speech pathologist, and he worked really hard on that. But yeah, we lost him prematurely. But I share the story like, please go if you are a deep sleeper or a heavy snorer, if you're overweight, and even you don't even have to be overweight to have sleep apnea. But I would definitely encourage people to go and have a sleep study done. I shared it with one of my classmates, and I'll never forget. He reached out to me after I shared it, and he was like, I went and had my sleep study done. And the doctor said that I was the worst case he had ever seen. And so sleep apnea can lead to tremendous health concerns. Like you can end up with cardiovascular issues, blood pressure issues, and not just, and on top of it is just you stop breathing. Like, so your body is not getting the oxygen that it needs. So you probably feel tired all the time, not getting enough rest. And so, of course, if your body's not getting the oxygen that it needs, then your organs aren't getting what it needs. And so you're going to start deteriorating in some way. So, yeah, go get those sleep studies done. If you have been diagnosed with sleep apnea, follow the instructions of the physician, because, like I said, we lost my brother prematurely, and it was due to his sleep apnea.
When it comes to sleep apnea, there are other tools that people can use now where, before it was only the
Mm-hmm.
only option was that really big mask.
Right.
And so people felt uncomfortable sleeping with that mask, which
Right.
is why they didn't sleep with them. They have like the kind that you can put just in your nose and
Yep.
that's it.
Yeah.
They have other exercises that you can do
Mm-hmm.
to actually help you. Like there's so many different options that people aren't paying attention to or even
Right.
taking advantage of. So this is definitely an opportunity for you to get your stuff taken care of because it does get easier. And if
Right.
you in a situation like that, if you go ahead and get and start taking care of yourself the way you need to take care of yourself, you'll notice that life will get a little bit easier
Yeah.
because you'll be
You
able to
have more
breathe, you'll
energy.
have better
Right.
sleep, right? More
Right. Better
energy and
rest.
everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You were talking about excuse me. You were talking about things that can help you, like things that you can use to help you cope, whatever the case is. This is something, y'all.
Lemon balm. Okay.
Lemon balm is the shit. Um,
Okay.
Lemon balm is something that a lot of people will use to calm them. And I found it. I don't remember how I found it. I was probably doing some research or something for somebody during my quote unquote vegan coaching session because that's around the time when I learned about it. And as you all know, I don't like to fly, and I used this one of the times that I flew. And in addition to that, I gave this to one of my employees who was afraid to fly, and he was flying overseas. And he was just like, April, I promise you, I'm going to use this every single time I fly because it calms my nerves. And
Oh.
I ran out a while ago. Like I ran out of lemon balm a while ago. And it's funny because only like the other day, somebody was telling me that they were going through a lot of anxiety. And I said, oh, you got to try some lemon balm. And I was like, bitch, how you going to give this to somebody else and not get some for yourself?
Right.
I ordered some last night and got it in the middle of the night.
Okay. I need that just to ride around in these DMV streets.
Honestly, you do. And I'm telling you, you definitely need it. It is all that, all that. It is everything. It is the best, one of the best things that you can use if you have any type of anxiety or any type of stress that might be a little too much for you to handle at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So is it fast acting or?
yeah, well, I would say yes, like usually about 20 minutes.
Okay.
So to me, that's pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like this is a game changer, and I am so sorry that I allowed myself to not have any in my house. But I will never be without it ever again.
Right, lemon
This,
balm.
look,
Right.
shameless plug.
Mhm.
Also, you know what's sad? I did not put it anywhere. I don't think. I think I posted it on Facebook, and I'm gonna post it again. My Amazon link.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
because this is a great opportunity. I'm gonna actually create an anxiety store, or yeah, an anxiety store, or what is it? Store in my store, section in my store. Yeah, well, section in my store,
Yeah.
for all of the things that are good for kind of getting through and coping. Um, but I did also wanted to point out this. Do you see that?
I see.
Look at that.
See.
Anyway, yeah, if you're going through something and you need to and you need help, no, but get help. Like go speak to a therapist,
Right.
go speak to your friends, go for a walk, go for a
Right.
run. You know, if you heard all of the beautiful things Jermaine was saying about like how when she's on her cardio, that's her opportunity to kind of just get it out,
Right.
whatever it is. I remember a while ago I used to have a punching bag at my house. And oh my God, when I worked at the bank, that was the best de-stressor. And I said I'm gonna have to get another one. I just don't know where to put it now that I'm here in the Augusta. Um, but when I tell you punching on a punching bag, not a person, y'all, not a person, but punching a punching bag is one of those things that just gets you to a point where you're like, whatever it is that I'm going through, it is going to
Take
be
it out
over
on the
very
bag.
soon. Take it out on that bag.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get easier. Whatever it is that you're going through, it'll get easier. I promise.
Right.
So, anything that you, any final words that you want to leave down to the people?
Down to the people. So, just funny story, real quick. This has probably nothing to do with it, but funny story. So, I'm trying to get in the holiday season. I'm decorating. See my shirt, slay my name. So, I'm trying to get in the holiday season. I'm decorating my tree, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had this plan. I went on Pinterest. I picked out this color scheme, and I was like, "Oh, my tree's gonna be fabulous this year," because I wanted like the magenta and royal blue. It was gonna do all the bulbs. So I ordered some bulbs online, and you know how they come in like you can get bulbs in like a 30 or 60 pack, and it's like this huge canister, you know, bulbs. I said, okay, so I ordered 2 of those, the huge canisters, so my tree can be covered, right? So reading's fundamental. Measurements are fundamental. This is what I'm supposed to cover my 6.5 foot tree with. So read the details. Yeah.
That's accurate.
But it gets easier. But you gotta make sure you do right things so you can make your life easier. I made my life. I'm not gonna cover my tree with it.
No, you'll cover. You could. Why don't you get a little small tree?
I don't know. I just said count your days, Shein.
You got it from Shein.
Yes.
Okay. How do you say it?
Shein.
Shein. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure because
I don't know how you say it, but that's how I say it.
Because I hear so many people. Some people are like Shein. Like
I don't know. I don't know. Somebody somewhere is laughing at me, thinking, "Oh, she thinks she's gonna have some bulbs," and they came and yeah. So
that's usually how it works. I get excited like that when it comes to the Amazon. Every once in a while, I'll get a situation. I was very excited about this dress. And speaking of, very excited about this dress, so much so that I ordered it to come to the house in Augusta, but it was for a show that I had in Baltimore. So I had it sent here where we ended up having a huge storm. And when we had that huge storm, nothing was getting through at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, I'm going to return that one and I'll get one. I'll have one sent to my mother's house in the DMV. Well, I did that. And I was like, I'm not ordering any other outfits. I'm not going to have Alan make me anything. Like, I'm just going to, because this dress, I know it's going to be cute. Read all the reviews, very cute. I got that dress. That dress was as ugly as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense how bad. Like, who saw this dress and said that this was a great dress? So I was like, maybe it was just this particular dress because, you know, the one that I'm going to have when I get home is definitely going to be better. Maybe this one is just jacked up. No, they were both jacked up. So whoever liked this dress needed to
So they duplicated the ugly dress.
That dress was so unbelievably hideous. I was so mad. But I'm like, I read everything. Like I did my due diligence. And unfortunately, it just sucked like a crackhead on a pee-pee. Anyway, y'all, real quick, we were talking about
I got the joke late.
we talk about how it gets easier, and y'all know I gotta say this. It does get easier, especially when it comes to home ownership. Always, it's always gonna happen. Um,
Always.
it gets easier when it comes to home ownership. Like sometimes you end up losing a few bids, sometimes you end up losing a few deals or a few offers that you make. But trust and believe that that house was not for you. The house that's meant for you is the one that you end up getting. I always tell my clients, please don't look for 100% of your house because you get 80% of the house, the remaining 20% is what you put in it and how you make it unbelievable and how you make it yours. So, um, it will get easier on your search if you are finding that you're having a hard time on your search because you don't have a real estate agent. Come to me. The door is open. Isn't that what they say at church?
Yeah, the doors of the church are now open.
The doors of the real estate
Agency are now open.
agency are now open. The doors to the brokerage are now open. Hallelujah. If you're interested, all you have to do is go to aprilfosterproperties.com. If you want to see any shows or you want to book me for any shows, you can go to aprilsampay.com. Yes, you can. You can go to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at April Sampay, and YouTube at April Sampay. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I promise you, we will always make you as happy as can be. Jermaine, can we tell them where to follow you yet again?
So IG, Facebook, of course, you can just search my name on Facebook. Instagram, I am Jermaine_SoCo. And yeah.
And what else?
Oh, Threads and YouTube at I am Jermaine_SoCo. Yes, ma'am.
You're so awesome, man. I swear.
You are too.
Oh, shut up. Thank you for everything. Y'all be beautiful, be blessed, and understand that it will get easier. Bye.